what's going on? It's your boy T Vokalz, the host, man. This is the T Vokalz Show. And I got my brother in the building, man. Robert, man. What's up, fam?
Oh, nothing, man. Just another day, man.
Come on,
Blessed
man.
to be alive, man.
What blessed? First of all, it's yesterday was Good Friday. Mm-hmm. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow's a big day. You know what I'm saying? He rose. You know, with all powers in his hands. You know, we do celebrate that on that day. So this is a good weekend. It's a good. And also too, it's 420. 420 on tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
That's very rare. On 420, it lands on Sunday, bro. So it's always like, golly, Lord, do I hit the blunt? Or do I just wait till the bar to hit that thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wonder how it's gonna be for all my weed smokers. Like, oh dang, man, I feel convicted. Like,
I'm gonna say, I mean, if you do smoke weed and you know you ascribe to Christianity, I would think that hey, I would think that you wouldn't necessarily look at it as a confliction if you're smoking weed, you know. But if you do, then you need to stop smoking weed altogether. You know, because what's the point of, you know, engaging in it if you feel like it's sinful, you know. You should be trying to be on the correct, you know.
Facts. That's facts. Hey, he's speaking already. That's facts. That's
but
facts.
you know, in my belief system, I don't know if you know it or not, but you know, I ascribe to Islam, and you know, we you know, Jesus, what y'all would call him, he's revered prophet in Islam, and we believe most of the things that Christians believe. Only difference would probably be that you know, when it comes to his death, we believe that, you know, Allah ascended him up into heaven versus him being crucified. So those are kind of some of the differences between the different religions, but we do respect him as a prophet, peace be upon him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. I did not know that, man.
Yeah.
Interesting. What made you, before we even get to this, that's interesting. So what made you even become Islam, a part of Islam?
Well, first I had a wild ride when it comes to religion in the first place. So, you know, I grew up in the church, Christian church, Methodist, you know, and over time I started getting more and more into the book. I started reading more into it, and the more I did, the more I wanted to perfect my religion. And when I was getting into it, I would run into things that were conflicts for me. So I'm not gonna necessarily dwell into it because I would like to talk about things that's more, because we're more like Islam and Christianity. It's more alike in it than it is any differences, and a lot of times people paint those two religions as opposed of each other. So what got me there was, first off, like I said, I started taking it more literal. So I dwelled into what they call Hebrew Israelite.
Okay.
And that was a more literal read of the Bible versus a rhetorical or a metaphorical read into it. And you know, it got the 12 tribes of Israel, and you know, they would ascribe that, well, this is your bloodline, this and that. So long story short is, things like, all right, they say don't eat pork, but then we would say, well, you know, that's the Old Testament, not the New Testament. Then I would have conflicts with it, say, well, the God say, in the Bible it say, I am God, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And then so when you tell me things like, well, this the Old Testament and then New Testament, I would say, well, if I'm the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I don't. But put that to the side. After I went through Hebrew Israelite, and then I started listening, that the Hebrew Israelite version of it became a little too racist for me. It was like, we're the children of Israel, us black people, quote unquote. I'm going over what they,
I got you,
but it got to like out there calling white people, well, you're the devil simply because you're white. And I don't believe that, like, because I know some good white people.
Facts,
you see what I'm saying? And can some white people be racist? Yeah, I done ran into many of them too. But every last one of them is not.
Right, facts, right.
You see what I'm saying? So no, I couldn't ascribe to nothing like that. So for the longest, I've been in like an agnostic space. Most people thought I was atheist, but I was in more of an agnostic space. I would tell people, I believe, there's a possibility there could be a Most High, but do I, necessarily ascribe to the books? Not necessarily, because I believe it to be more of fable and folklore, just as any other religion before it, like Roman, like the Greek mythology, like with Zeus and all them. So then, over time, I'm gonna be completely honest. Over time, I would listen to people like Sean King, Dave Chappelle, things of that sort. Those are prominent Muslims that a lot of people don't even know that they're Muslims, right?
Wow, I didn't know that.
And the back and forth between Israel and Palestine got to grow more in your face, because after October 7th happened, it was, I started seeing all the visuals and all the children just dying and dying and dying. So I took a read into the Quran, because I wanted to know, well, what is it so different about these people that makes us on this side of the world, just really not care for them or have no concern when babies and innocent women and, children are just being blown to pieces. So I started taking a read into it, and I was taking a liking into some of what their principles were. So I'll give you an example, and I'm not saying this to divide. I'm just being honest about why I ascribe. Okay, so when I read the Bible, I was reading about like Amalek and things like that. When God told them, He said, well, when you go in, you want you to get rid of every baby, suckling, leave no women, no nothing. I want you to get rid of everything. And then I would read those stories about war in the Quran, and the Quran says, don't you touch the babies, don't you touch an old person, don't you touch a woman, don't you touch that man that's out there working in the field. If you see a fruit that's bearing something you can eat, don't you destroy that. And if the people that you are fighting, at any point that they say they don't want to fight back, you stop fighting. See, people don't know that because of the way that the Western world presents Islam to in the media.
Right, the masses.
Right.
Right.
But in actuality, most of it is all about peace. That's why when you hear people say something about the messenger of Muhammad, what do they always say after they say Muhammad's name? Peace be upon him. Or even when I say Jesus, you know, it's peace be upon him. It's always about peace. It's always about, okay, even if you're going to fight, you're fighting up until the point where somebody wants peace. And once somebody wants peace, it needs to be peace. Point blank, period. So things of this sort made me like it. And then when I read the story about Jesus in it, because I know my mother is a hard down Christian, my grandma a hard down Christian, many of my family members are hard, like through and through. My uncle is a preacher. When I read the story, I said, well, hold on, this ain't too. I'm pretty sure there's some Christians that can get with this.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And even Muhammad, he said, out of all people, I'm closest to on this earth and the next and in heaven, Jesus Christ, the Son of Mary. See, in Islam, Jesus is still considered the Messiah. Mm-hmm. They still call him the Messiah. Mm-hmm. He was sent here to be a sign unto the world. Mm-hmm. So, and also in Islam, Muhammad considered Christians to be a part of Islam. It's just, he said it's presented as they were it's a part of the story of Islam. Let me put it like that.
Gotcha.
It's a part of the story, and it is our belief that when Jesus Christ came onto this earth, mm-hmm. he was preaching Islam. That's why when he said, "You call no teacher," they say, "What we call you good teacher?" He said, "You call no man good except for God." And in Islam, like I say, it's basically, it's not as far apart as a lot of people would like you to believe. So, being that I grew up Christian, it was a religion that I was already semi-familiar with. Being that most of the principles in Christianity and Islam are extremely similar.
Wow. That's what's up, bro. Wow. Listen, y'all got to hear some stuff. That's why I love I have this platform to tap into people, because people see you out doing your thing, but they don't really know you. You know what I'm saying? So I love to make this a space to be relatable and be comfortable into telling your story, bro. So who is Robert? Tell people on this platform who is Robert, because people gonna be like, why you got these certain people on? No, the reason why I got him on here, because first of all, this the homie. Also too, man, he's doing some great things in our city with Best 13, all the good stuff. Y'all know, if anybody from Shreveport, y'all know Best 13. He's also affiliated with a lot of things in the community. I feel like that he's not doing this for show. He's doing this because he cares about his people, and I'm thankful for that. But also too, I call him, he's a podcast guru, because their podcast is really a great podcast, and also too, it's reaching people. So tell people who is Robert, bro.
Robert, well, Robert, I'm I'm a grown man, come from up out of Lakeside, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
I grew up. I went to Booker T. Washington. After I left Booker T. Washington, I went to the military in the Air Force. So I have those values instilled in me. Okay. Growing up, I grew up just as a lot of young people. I grew up under what I grew up in a gang neighborhood. So literally my neighborhood is, when we talk about what we call my neighborhood, the name of a set. It's called the Kings, Lakeside Kings. When you come to my area, you say, where you going? We headed to the Kings. So I grew up in what we was just kids, just living, just, building friendships but we had that aspect with us. You know, we it's us and we all we got. We gonna protect each other. You know, right or wrong, and that's how we was raised. Have I grow to learn that some of the things that we were taught ain't it? Yeah, I had to unlearn a lot of things.
Right. Yeah.
But growing up, that's what that was. And so with me growing up around all this stuff, seeing a lot of my friends not have and things like that, because my mom always worked 2-3 jobs at a time my entire life still to this day. And I had not necessarily everything I want, but I didn't know I was poor.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
But I grew up with that sense of I didn't have real blood brothers.
Okay.
So my mother adopted a young boy, and since when he was a baby, and he grew up with us. But you know, we stayed close with their family, so he would go back with his real mother, you know, and stuff like that. But I always considered him my brother because I never had a real brother. So when I make friends, it's closer in my mind than it is to a lot of people because y'all got real brothers to look at like that, or sisters to look at like that. So when I'm meeting people and I'm meeting friends and stuff, I'm thinking of them closer than a lot of other people, like, and that's why it gave me a very keen sense of caring for a lot of people that people probably be like, man, you ain't growing, you don't know them like that to be caring about them like that, like. But I understand. I also grew up, like I was telling you before this came on. I always grew up going to schools. I went to white school, majority white school, majority black school, majority white. I did that every level, elementary, middle, and high school, except I guess Huntington wasn't really majority white, but the teachers were white.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
The culture, right? Yeah, gotcha.
Right. So with me growing up like that, I always had a more deeper understanding than surface level. So I understand that, okay, although this might not be my child, what this child is doing is going to affect my child, or it's going to affect me, even if it's indirectly. And it's an African proverb that says a child that is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Meaning that if we let any child just go out feeling unloved, well, that will be the child that we will later on call a quote unquote menace to society. But who created that menace to society? Society.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I decided I would want to be a change, and I'm finna let you in on something.
Yes, sir.
When I decided to step into the realm of really trying to make a difference, I was still in the life of crime. I was still hustling and doing things of that sort. You see what I'm saying? So when I first jumped in, I made myself a target, and that came to I don't want to say backfire, because in the totality of it, me looking back at everything, it was a blessing. But at the time being, I felt like I lost a lot in order to give myself to the cause, because I was out and about. The police knew my cars. They knew where I be, all that. So anytime I was going somewhere, anywhere, I was getting pulled over almost every time.
Really, bro?
Yeah, almost every time. I have nothing against Officer Jackson. even now today, I think sometimes when I'm at the club and I see Officer Jackson, sometimes I'm happy. Cause it's like, oh, I know he's probably gonna be kind of safe around here with Officer Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Even though I think he overstepped his boundaries sometimes, but I feel like he's gonna be kind of safe.
Yeah.
But hell, he pulled me over 4, 5 times. One time he wasn't even in no police car and pulled me over. I swear.
What you looking for? What are you looking for, golly?
And I said it to say so. Like everywhere I was going, in the meantime, while I'm fighting for other people, me trying to survive and eat and take care of people, like I was putting myself at risk.
Yeah.
By doing so, and it caught up with me because I went to jail like 3 times in the same month. Yeah, over the same thing. But this was probably what, 3, 4? What is it? It's 25, 4 years ago, right? And that's why when I would continue to fight, and I had to give it up. So when they tried to paint me as this and that, like with the mama bears and Lisa and all them, they tried to paint me this and that. I'm not no damn fool. Of course I'm not doing it, because y'all, even if I wanted to do it, y'all on my damn case. Y'all watching me every day I do, so I couldn't, even if I wanted to, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But yeah, so I honestly enjoyed when they would attack me on those type of things, simply because I knew that the people also knew that I would be a doggone fool to be trying to engage in anything while y'all are got y'all bifocals on me.
Facts.
You
Spotlight on you.
Yeah, it's on me.
Yeah.
And it ain't going nowhere, because
Right,
I piss off a lot of wealthy, rich white people all the time. So therefore, I gotta do it the right way. And that's why I said before I started, it actually was a blessing, because I didn't need to be doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Facts, right.
So that helped me get on a pathway to where you see me podcasting. And that was more of even God's journey, because I didn't go into podcasting like I'm finna set up a podcast.
Okay. Come on, talk to us.
Hootie Ernesto called me over for a podcast. I was actually a guest. And I did the podcast, and afterwards he was like, man, yeah, man, come back. We're gonna be shooting this podcast next time, come through. And I came through again.
Yeah.
And then I ended up coming through again, and it just so happened I end up organically.
Right. It just
I end up being on the podcast like that. And then I end up making different moves, bringing different individuals on. I already was dealing with, I already had my nonprofit Best 13, so I had a lot of relationships with a lot of politicians and things of that sort, and I would bring them on. And I also had my street connections that I had back then, I was able to reach out and touch certain people that,
I can't touch.
Right. So,
facts.
And I was bringing them on. And so organic, like all this was organic. It just built up and built up and built up, and to the point that we got where we are today. And shout out to Hot Boy Gator too, because he was a very, and he's behind the scene. He was very influential into a lot of the things that we were able to get done as well. Like, he was the first person that brought Chance Gangster Williams through the podcast because they had a relationship. And when Tech and Maine came down, and that's a big thing that went on, he put it on himself to go make them know him. And that's what opened that door for us to get that. And he never asked for anything. Nothing like that. He just did it out of the love.
Mm-hmm. He see the vision. And that's what people need to be like. If you see someone that's doing something good, and you know you have influence or the assets to make things even level up for a person, do it. Mm-hmm. And don't be looking for something back. If there's someone's, if they do get big and they start making money, they might be like, you know what, man, I appreciate you, homie. Hey, man, this is a token of our love, man. We came all together, man. We want to bless you, bro. Let it be like that. But let things be organically made and done, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, no hidden motives and no type of, you know what I'm saying? Just like how you did for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Man, I see what y'all doing. I got y'all, and that's how I feel like it should be all around the board, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So tell us some more about Best 13, man. What made you and your staff and crew come together, you know what I'm saying, to do Best 13?
Well, Best 13, it was just a bunch of us that was already out here doing the work. So we all was out here doing our own things individually, okay, right? And MJ, it was his idea to, he wanted to bring a bunch of people together that he seen doing the work and see if we can collectivize our efforts in order to actually make a bigger impact in the community,
right. Mm-hmm. Because it takes a lot of people.
Right, right.
One person can do it, but it takes a lot of people to impact. That's what you say. I love that. What you say, impact. That's a different word from just touching. I'm impacting somebody. It means I'm influencing them to move the direction that we need them to move. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I give most of the credit to him. Yeah. He got everybody on board, okay. And he said, we gonna have a meeting. We gonna have a meeting, and we gonna see who all wanna come join up, and we gonna make this happen. And we did just that. We got a meeting. We had most of us on the board. Honestly, I don't know who knew who all from the jump. Okay. So when people, it ain't no thing where we just went and got family and friends and people that we could. It wasn't one of them things. Yeah. Cause it was open for anybody to come on. Wow. At the very beginning. Okay. Yeah, at the very.
I remember that. Yeah. So you can't say that they was nitpicking. Yeah. The letterhead came out. Hey, mm-hmm. All who want to join Best 13. Hey, meet us here. Let's see what we need to do as a collectively to make an impact. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was. So let's get that out the air. Anybody talking about them or whoop and saying they did this and this is organically connected, correct?
Correct.
Come on.
So, we did that. We came together. Yeah. We all voted on. We all had positions available. Okay. We all voted on who should be in what positions.
Come on, man. So you had structure.
Correct. Still to this day, and this is so because I gotta clear this out because they always they say a lot about us. Still to this day, okay. MJ cannot say, "I want this to happen," and it happens in Best 13. That's not the way we're structured. Come on. I can't say, "I want this to happen." And it just happens in Best 13. Come on. We have a board.
Yeah, I hear that.
Our board votes on any and everything that we decide to do. Okay. And if they say no, no matter how bad I want it, no matter how bad MJ want it, it's not happening.
Yeah, I hear that.
So with this, and then they talk about the credit thing, it may be a scam, this and that. First of all, you can't scam credit. You can't, it's nothing you can do to scam it. And not only that, we don't charge for it. It's free. We've told anybody, listen, if you want to donate to us, that helps, because why? We have to send out the letters. And the letters are what cost us. If you don't want to donate, you still don't have to donate. Mm-hmm. But only thing that would help with is, if you did decide to donate,
Facts.
with the letters that we have to pay from our pockets to, send those letters out. With this, they were saying, we got $15,000. They were saying, and I'm glad they were saying it. They were saying we was putting money in our pockets. They were saying that before we even got the money. They just knew we was authorized to get the money. So they didn't know we didn't even get the money yet. You see what I'm saying?
Boy, I tell you.
We don't pay salaries.
Come on.
We don't have it's nothing in we're not set up no type of way for us individually to get paid. Now, if somebody does a service, somebody can get paid for doing a service. And we have to document that.
Come on. Yes.
And you will be able to see it, what the service was and
business.
how much was paid.
That's business, though. I mean, that is business.
So
the right way to be. I mean, that's the right way. Document everything. I don't care what it is. Document it. Yes.
So a lot of what get put out is just simply people. Anytime you do anything good, no good deed goes unpunished.
Come on.
Right. So I like to understand why when the city council did decide to give us the 15,000, I'm sorry. When they did decide to give us that, why did so many people come after us being, if you look at the sheet, we are literally one of the lowest amounts that anybody got. If you really want to do some digging and understanding what's money going where and why it's going, why didn't y'all look at Shrek when they getting what it was close 100,000, 200,000, something like that? What are they doing
with the money?
With the money, right? I'm gonna touch on this because our schools steady getting shut down. Instead of focusing on us, why not focus on Willis Knight that want to buy Queensboro Elementary School, and now all of a sudden Queensboro Elementary School getting shut down? Yeah. What is Willis Knight? A lot of people think Willis Knight is just a hospital. No, Willis Knight is a non-profit.
Come on, man.
Willis Knight is dealing with over millions and millions of dollars. They buying up all our buildings around here, but what are they giving back to the community? They ain't giving nothing.
Nothing.
But we not on that case. We want to talk about Best 13.
You know why? Because that organization can what? Hush money.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to certain folks. Oh yeah, that's a director. That's. Oh yeah, let me go and get them a couple of dollars to let y'all go. And guess what they're gonna do? Take it and keep going.
Mm-hmm. So I want.
So it happens. You know what I'm saying? That happens. So yeah.
So I want to know Jasmine Green, Mary Trammell, Dottie Bell. I want to know with y'all black faces growing up in black neighborhoods, especially on the Cooper Road where you ain't got to answer to nobody but black people for the most part. Mm-hmm. What behooves you to go along with that plan and sell out our children? Mm-hmm. You know what the governor just did. You seen the laws he just tried to pass on us. Mm-hmm. You see he just built this juvenile juvenile center that he needs to fill up. There was so many millions of dollars. So you gonna go along with that plan and close our schools? You got schools. Middle Magnet is in the middle of City Grove.
It's been like that for years. Facts.
But if you live in City Grove, you can't go there.
And these kids come from all over Shreveport.
So you gonna bust our children out of our neighborhoods.
Let it make sense. Come on.
And then you gonna cry about attendance not being up in our school neighborhoods when you busting them out to these magnet programs. Why every school ain't got a magnet curriculum? Because if every school had a magnet curriculum, if Middle Magnet was in the middle of City Grove and City Grove children were actually able to go to Middle Magnet
and getting taught and trained the right way, most definitely, Cedar Grove would be a totally different type of neighborhood.
Exactly.
It wouldn't look like how it is. We wouldn't have the type of mental health that we got over there. Amen.
You got people that can think past go. I'm telling you, all this is a setup. And it's not that secret. Those who know. But the problem is those who know feed off the fact that other people don't know. I finna tell you this, and I know this gonna make a lot of people mad, but he made me mad because he made me vote for him. Steven Jackson.
Come on.
Let me give you his whole game plan, and I'm finna show y'all how to read politicians.
Okay.
Steven Jackson, when he first started, he came on good stuff. He was gonna stand up for the black people. You know, he always homeowners. He rocking with the homeowners. He against slum lords, things of that sort. But when Steven Jackson came out and he said, I want you to support what it was, Amendment 2, I believe, with the tax reform. That gave the whole game plan away from me. Because behind the scenes, everybody used to be talking, I think he want to run for mayor. That's why he doing this. I say, nah, that ain't it, y'all. That ain't it. This is what it is. Okay. Because this is the political game. And once you learn this, you'll learn who and how to vote. This is what he's doing. Steven Jackson plans to run for a federal office. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a House rep because Senate is hard to win in Louisiana. So he going to run for House rep. But in order to run for House rep, what you need? You need a lot of money. Millions. Who got millions to give? Corporations. So if I can say, look, I've been on your side. I'm trying to get you these tax breaks that you need to come here. I'm with big corporations. Yeah, I'm with you, big corporations. And then I can go back and say, well, black community, hold on. I'm the same person that was, I was against the slum lords. I stood up for black people when it counted. When actually that tax amendment, that was way more important to the black community and the poor community, and not just black people, because white people get caught up in this too that ain't got a lot of money. That was way more important than what you talking about over here. Because over here, it might get passed, might not. But if this get passed here, everything that we pushing out this money, now we got to put out more. And why we got to put out more? To pay for rich people who are already rich. To pay for Amazon or whatever. And I'm just saying, I ain't picking on Amazon. Right, I'm saying any big corporation that you can think of.
That's a corporation, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's clear it up. Yeah.
We footing they bill.
Okay.
When we already 50% of Shreveport is already living in abject poverty.
50%?
50. Already in abject poverty. And then when you double back and say, well, what's up with this crime? This niggas is trying to eat. That's what's up. That's what's up with it. All that what you talking about, you can can put hard penalties on crime, but if people can't eat, what you think they gonna do?
Man, come on, right? They gonna steal, they gonna kill.
Coupled with you closing. What I told you, I learned most of everything I learned in Claiborne Elementary. In elementary school, I learned most of everything. I know. It gave me the foundation to be able to grasp different concepts and learn like that, right? But I've been in curriculums, in school curriculums, since I was 6 years old. That ECE program type deal, early childhood education.
Facts, right.
But you done went and closed that. You closed 81st Street. You see what I'm saying? That was a school dedicated to autism as well.
Wow.
You closed that. You closing all our elementaries. You closing all our schools, and then you say, well, these kids is out of control. We don't know what to do with them. You just arrest the pastor for whooping his child for conduct, Pastor Winston.
Come on.
You just arrested him. So now when he get back out, he's scared. Should I do something to him for acting up or what now?
Come on, man. Cause spare the rod, spoil the child, man.
What should I do? Well, you know it's all a game. And people like Steven Jackson gotta go. Because I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do it today.
For sure.
I talked to Steven Jackson, and his belief is that he got to do what he got to do in order to get where he need to go to make the changes that he need to make. But this is the problem with it.
Okay.
If you can't stand up for the working class at this level, when you get to the next level, when it's much more money involved, you won't be able to do it then, because you're not going there for a term. You want to be elected and reelected and possibly move up again and again, right? So you think you're going to turn your back on the people that got you in there? No, you would have did better building a base of grassroots, low dollar donors, to where when you go against those corporations, it don't matter what they do and say, because you've already answered and provided and succeeded for the low dollar people, the people like me and you that put you in there. So you did our bidding. So yeah, we gonna do even more. That's why Bernie Sanders going around the country and he having all these big what is called rallies. Half the doggone city. It was a city of like 80,000 people. 30,000 people came out to the rally. And he been preaching this same thing for decades, telling you about the oligarchs that's going on in this country, and the reason why we can't get nothing, because people like Elon Musk and other Jeff Bezos and other people of corporations that are doing what corporations are meant to do: make money. Trickle down economics don't work, because why? We've been steady. When we've done this more than one time, right? We done the last time Trump was in office, they gave billionaires a tax break, right?
Facts.
And what do? They increase the salary of their CEOs. They do stock buybacks. They take that money and go buy more stock of their own company with it. And they might give you a 10, 25, not even 20, 25 cents is a lot when they don't, to them. It's not a lot at all. They can do way more. Right. But they give you 25-cent raise and say, hey, gave them a raise.
Have at it.
And then they'll blame it on inflation. No, it's not inflation. It's not inflation. That's not what's going on. It's corporate greed. You're blaming inflation.
That's that scapegoat.
Yeah, but if it was inflation, then you would not be having record number profits right now. Right now, you're making more money than you ever made in the history of America. Right now, the wealth gap is bigger than it has ever been in the history of America. Why? Because around, I believe, it was around 1980, if I'm not mistaken, when Citizens United, when Supreme Court passed the ruling on Citizens United that made corporations people. So now corporations can give unlimited to political campaigns, and once you get in office, if I gave you all this money to your political campaign, then who do I expect you to do the bidding of?
Come on.
You think I'm just giving you millions of dollars and you just that's not gonna influence your decision making at all? You think that's how that's gonna go? Be for real.
Be for real.
So if I'm Willis Knight, because I want to bring it back. So if I'm Willis Knight and I'm gonna give you because our politicians, they cheap, you know. They ain't high dollar whores. They small dollar whores. They, you know, for $40, you know.
Whoop, yeah.
So I give you $2,500, and my name ain't even gonna be attached to this. You know, I'm gonna talk to you in person, but you know, when I give you this $2,500 through whatever name, and they give it to you, guess what? When I want Queensboro, you gonna go in there and you gonna shut Queensboro down and you gonna let me buy it. And when I come out there and I talk like this now, I'm a target. But I was born to die anyway. I done been in more close death situations than the average. So I ain't tripping. I'm gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm gonna tell you now, the only thing that hurts me is when I get so much blowback from the people that I'm trying to help, because you don't understand that I'm trying to help you. You don't understand that I'm fighting on your behalf. And I mean this. This ain't just, especially black people, but not just black people. Any poor working class person. I'm saying this to benefit you. I want you to be able to get this so you're more educated when it comes to dealing with or deciding who's who. Because this politician may be your friend, it may be your church member, it may be a classmate. They may went in with good intentions, and that's the person you remember. But the system got them now.
Got them. Wow.
They done fell for it, because it's just like this. We just being real.
Yeah.
You sustaining. Say you sustaining, right?
Right.
But I'm talking life changing. So it's like this. All right, I can make you a millionaire, or I could take those same resources and do my best to make your life a living hell. Every time you turn around, you getting attack ads. You getting followed by police. You getting, you know, which is my homeboy. That not all police, but this police that's my homeboy. He on your trail now. You see what I'm saying?
Throw him a little something.
Yeah, gonna get him up out of here.
Yeah.
He don't like you neither no way, because you talking about his homeboy.
Come on. It get personal.
Yeah.
Them personal petty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you rather deal with that, or would you rather become a millionaire? That's the game. And once you learn that game and you realize, that's why Craig Lee tend to say this a lot. He be like, if you're not an entrepreneur, then you shouldn't run for office, because you don't have the backing to stand up against those type of people. Me personally, I don't necessarily believe that, but it is he got a point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got, if you trying to push something that's going to ruffle some feathers, you're going to have that type of backing of a corporate organization to be like, oh, nah, I got that too. Nah, I'm good. I got that too. You know what I'm saying? So you own it. Hey, Y'all, this is my brother Robert Bruchun in the building, Vice President of Best 13, man. Thank you, man, for coming through, man. We've been having a great time here, man. He's speaking some stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell people, man, on my platform, man, I let you say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. I treat everybody the same, but everybody have their own opinion, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, when you do watch podcasts and things like that, and people say what they have to say, respect it. And move on from it, you know what I'm saying? And if it's something that ruffles somebody's feathers, then hey, it is what it is. But we all need to come together and understand Shreveport, man, it's a beautiful place. We just have certain people in place that shouldn't be in place, that are manipulating certain things, that when we feel like it's supposed to be like this, but then they doing other things. So yes, that's happening in every type of city. So what we do is we gotta pray. We gotta continue to unite. We gotta continue to study and also to gain knowledge. That's why I'm listening to you, bro. You got a lot of knowledge when it comes to politics. You understanding? Oh, okay, this how to go. So listen, before y'all get on Facebook posts and things like that of crazy type of stuff, go study. Go learn what you're hearing the negative about. Go learn. Google, YouTube. Go learn what's going on. Then open up your mouth and say what you got to say. If you understand what I'm saying, because I be feeling like certain people, man, they just say stuff, or they so quickly to say certain things, man, when they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like certain stuff shouldn't be quickly said, because it might change the directive of certain stuff. If you understand what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Right. So I'm thankful for you to even come on here, bro, to even talk about the things that's well needed to be talked about in our city.
Well, let me ask you this before, because you know I got the deal.
For sure. Yeah, already. Yeah.
Before I get up out of here, is it anything that you done ran across or heard or anything in specific that because I one thing about me.
Okay.
And I've said this before, like especially when I was dealing with certain individuals. Mm-hmm. I used to always say, well, look, let's all get on the phone right now. Everybody, I'm sick of this. Let's get on the phone right now, and we can all put it on the table, because anything I said once, I can say it again, because I'm not like y'all. I say this to them. I'm not like y'all.
Yeah.
So if it's something y'all want to put on the table, let's put it on the table right now. We can talk about it in front of everybody, so it don't be all this he said, she said.
I'll be tired of that.
Is it anything that you done heard concerning me that concerns you, that you would like to hear me speak about or clarify?
To be honest, bro, I don't have anything, because I move different. I'm not in the streets like that to hear he say, she say stuff. I don't even have people around me that want to entertain me with he say, she say stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm neutral with everybody. Mm-hmm. That's what I keep it like that. Because I don't like to have my good deeds be evil spoken of. If you understand what I'm saying? Mm. So what I do is I keep it neutral with everybody. I love you. I love everybody. Mm. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody need my help, I'm there. But I got to continue to do what I need to do.
Right.
I can't focus on tapping into that. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I don't have anything to say. I'm proud of you. Mm-hmm. Continue to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you remind me, bro, so much of just how you are, just your zeal. What's his name? That started the Black Panther Party.
Not for Hampton. Huey P. Newton.
Yeah. Just how you like, man. I'm not afraid to die. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely going to change some situations. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a boldness, bro. Everybody can't do what you're doing, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't, man. So I continue to pray for people like you, because we don't want to have what happened to him. Mm-hmm. You know what happened? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They set him up. Mm-hmm. If you understand what I'm saying. So I continue to keep people like you in prayer. Do I like politics and stuff? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Do I need to keep my head to the big. Yeah, I definitely need to know certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because it affect me. It might not affect me now, but it affect me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Or where I'm trying to go in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for you standing up and also understanding those type of things so you can help our generation, because our generation don't care. We worry about TikTok, we worry about Facebook, we worry about who got the best shoes on, who getting this, who getting that money bags and all that type of stuff that we worried about.
And only our
so-
generation can save us right now.
Facts. Only. I was just telling someone the other day, man, we're living in our last and evil days, bro. God is coming. And it's like, I feel like y'all continue to push this. I was about to say, y'all continue to push this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I'm serious, man. We continue to, man, push them, man, because of the certain things that we're doing, man. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
And I'm finna give you another quick interjection.
Come on.
Watch this. And this, because I want people to really, really know how close Islam and Christianity is to each other, because I hate the divide that's there.
Yeah.
Did you know in Islam, the belief that Christ is coming back is also in Islam?
Wow. That's major. That's major. Yeah, I hear that. That's major, bro. That's major right there, man. Yeah, I feel like, man, he's coming back soon, and what we doing, it just, I just don't understand. I don't get the greed of money. I've never been a type, man. Yes, I want to be wealthy. I want to be able to, if I say, man, you know what, I love what Best 13 doing. Here, 15,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be that type of wealth. I don't want to be gaining, because once we leave this earth, what are we gonna do with all that money? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole bunch of people fighting over it. Of our hard-earned money. So it's like, God, just give me health and wealth. I can live. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand why people get into politics or they start to do certain things so they can get a cut and all that stuff. I don't understand how can you live this life with doing.
They have no talent. That's why. They have no talent. So they get in, and I'm not talking about all politicians. I'm talking about politicians that get in with the corrupt mindset. Now, that's separate from those who get in and get corrupted.
Facts.
But those who get in for financial gain, that's why. They have no talent. So they know that game. They know the money game. So they hop in for that reason. Now, there are some politicians that mean well and still are invested in doing well. And those are the ones we have to get behind. But a lot of times we don't know them. I give you an example. They're not from here. Nina Turner.
Okay.
Right. And then I gotta go.
Yeah.
But Nina Turner, she was running for federal office.
Yeah.
Blowing it out the water. She ran on a Democratic ticket. She's progressive. Soon as it got word back to DC what was going on, Joe Biden came out and endorsed her opponent that nobody knows, Hillary Clinton, Obama, and all of your big shots in the Democratic Party, or on the corporate wing of the Democratic Party, came out and started throwing their hand in a race that nobody was paying attention to, and made sure that she lost, and she still lost by very little. But why? Because she's somebody like Bernie Sanders who talk about the needs of the working class versus the corporations that are exploiting those same people.
Wow. Yeah, I heard it from my brother.
And I said that because a lot of people take this and get it confused. They say, "Oh, he's saying that about Democrats. Let's be Republican."
Yeah.
Nah, they answering to the same donors. It's the same big money donors, the big corporations, those that are paying those on the Republican ticket
Yeah.
are some of the same ones that are paying those on the Democratic ticket. So it's about follow. I forgot the website. God, I wish I knew it off the top right now. It's a way you can go and find out who's donating to who. You find that out, you'll find out what kind of politician you got.
Yep. And we're gonna put a pinpoint because my brother got to be back on the show, and we got to definitely talk some more, man. Man, thank you so much, man, for being on here, man. The T Vokalz Show, man. Yes, this is a new podcast that I have at Nard Music Studios. Thank y'all for tuning in. I've already had some great people. So y'all tap in, man. Y'all continue to follow him, man. Share, like, all this type of stuff, man, because he got some great things coming this way. But we definitely got to get you back on here, man. And bro, this has been an awesome time. But before you go, can you leave them with something to encourage the people, bro?
To encourage the people.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we gotta leave. We gotta leave on a great note, man. Encourage the people, bro.
I just want you to do this here. Every time you wake up and throughout the day, just take time to pray. Right. And the reason I say this is not necessarily to ask for anything or to act like you're holier than thou, whatever the case may be. Right. The main reason I say this is because I need you to stay focused. It's a lot of distractions out here in life. Can we cuss on here? No.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, do what you do.
It's a lot of distractions out here in life, whether it be weed, drugs, pussy, altercations, people talking about you. You gotta let that ride, cause I'm gonna tell you, it's small things like that. If you allow those to engage you, or you allow yourself to engage with those,
come on, bro,
you'll miss your blessings that's sitting right there in front of you. Your blessing might be right there, but you done let somebody right there say something, and somebody came and grabbed your blessing.
Come on, snatched it.
Somebody done snatched your blessing just like that. So we got to do whatever it is to stay focused. So pray throughout the day, and that'll keep you with a sound mind to be able to block out all the noise.
Yeah, I heard it from my brother Robert, man. Thank you so much again, man, being on the show, bro. Till next time, y'all, keep God first. Stay connected, learn, understand, but stay positive, man. Let's love on each other, man. That's what it's all about. We're better together, man. Shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana, man. Shout out to y'all, man, because we are better together. This is Robert. I call him the podcast guru, man. We're going to continue to celebrate you, bro. Hey, we out here. Peace.
All right.